he went in for some
Yeah, some
kissing.
cuddles.
Yeah, it was like, ugh.
Hello, welcome to Above Deck, a Below Deck breakdown podcast. I'm Sarah Goldman, a photographer and former marine biologist living in Charleston, South Carolina. Joining me, as always, is my college roommate and co-host, Kelli.
Kelly Busby, an executive assistant and former radio host, coming to you from my home studio in Columbus, Ohio. Together, Sarah and I hosted the Sox with Sandals radio show on WFAL in Bowling Green, Ohio, and we are back again this week to discuss Below Deck and our love of all things Bravo.
Before we get into today's episode, I want to remind you to please rate and review our podcast if you haven't already. On Apple, you can actually write a little blurb. On the other apps, it's just a star rating. And as always, if you send me a screenshot of your 5-star review by email, by DM, whatever, I will mail you an Above Deck sticker personally, anywhere in the world.
Sweet.
Today, we'll be discussing Below Deck Down Under Season 3, Episode 11. The Shots You Don't Take.
Here's your recap. The aftermath of an intense evening results in some major changes. Johnny and Vian are let go, and the rest of the crew enjoys a much-needed day off. That sounded kind of weird. Okay, sorry. The deck team gains 2 members, and Zarina and Laura disagree over plating during the mob wife dinner. Sarah, what'd you think?
I gave it an 8 to an 8.5. It was a good one. It's hard to beat the last episode.
I know.
Sad to see Johnny go, glad to
Yeah.
see Wee Man go. And I didn't expect that the new crew members would be there already. I mean, they said they just flew in, but I suspect they were like in a hotel room, like just waiting in case they needed,
Just in case. Kind
yeah.
of like jurors, right? Like they always have backup jurors, like
That's right.
just in case.
You gotta show up. You gotta get your $6 lunch.
Per diem.
Yeah, per diem. That's the word. So when the episode begins, it's when Johnny has just punched that cabinet. Jason hears the noise. He goes in, and Johnny continues to like slam doors, and he's just kind of acting aggressively, can't calm down. And Jason decides to put him in a hotel room for the night, and let's just deal with this in the morning.
There, our wonderful Captain Dreamboat was woken up from his handsome sleep to the noises
Mm-hmm.
of whatever was going on. He
Mm-hmm.
goes into the room and immediately notices the hat is hanging on the camera, and he goes over and
Oh.
takes that off right away. That was the first thing he did.
Wow, I totally missed that, but
Yeah.
it's kind of spooky that Johnny in that headspace remembered to like cover the camera. Like he
Yeah.
knew this is not something he would be proud of.
Yeah. It's a
So
shame.
that's eerie. The crew is all talking and like trying to sort out exactly what happened, and then everybody goes to sleep.
Can we talk about this? How they were all kind of like talk. Oh, Vian
Hmm.
calls Alicia,
Yeah.
calls her
Yeah.
like on the phone, not
Hmm.
text, and keeps asking, well, what happened? What happened? And then starts to talk shit about Johnny to her. I'm like, what are
What
you
did he
doing?
say? I
He's
don't really
so
remember.
scum. I don't oh, he just flew off on me. And
Oh,
it was
okay.
just what a slug. Like I cannot get
Yeah.
over him. And it's
He's
always
gross.
he is gross. And I think we found out that with Vian, everything is everybody else's fault and not his.
Oh yeah, he will never take accountability for anything.
Cheese
Yeah.
ball.
This was, yeah, very disturbing.
Yeah.
Okay, the next day, Jason talks to Laura, and then she has Alicia come up to the wheelhouse to get, her perspective on what happened. And Jason basically hears what's happened from a lot of different people. And Laura is the first one to kind of clue him in to the issues with Vian, and Harry and Zarina do the same thing.
Those are some eye-opening conversations for Captain Dreamboat.
Yeah, absolutely. He was like,
Yeah.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. There's a
Mm,
common denominator here.
that's right. That's
So
right.
first he calls Johnny to the bridge and he has to let him go.
So sick.
he can't deal, you can't be violent like that on the boat. Not that he was
No,
necessarily violent towards a person, but there were other people in the room. So it's just bummer. But
it is.
Johnny's super remorseful, and Alicia does get to say goodbye to him. And so Johnny does leave, with his head, I wouldn't say head held high, but he leaves on good terms.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next, Vian is called to the bridge, and
Yes.
Jason tells him, I know about these issues that have been happening, and like the deck team is not cohesive with the interior. And I can't believe Vian says this. He says, There's not one person I don't get along with. Well, maybe Laura. I mean, he just is acting blindsided.
It's a victim, Sarah. That's what
Hmm.
narcissists do, right? Like, isn't
Yeah.
that a hallmark for them? So
Hmm.
before he gets called to the bridge, he's talking to Adair about what happened the night before, and maybe she just wanted to talk to somebody else that wasn't Johnny or Harry. The level of delusion this
Right.
man has. I rewatched him like after she crawled into his bed and started
Hmm.
to curl into him. He went in for some
Yeah. Some
kissing.
cuddles.
Yeah, it was like ugh,
Yeah, I
yucky.
get that he was confused immediately and he had like earbuds in, but like
Sure,
he knew what
absolutely.
was going on right after that and
Right.
she didn't. Ah, yeah.
No bueno.
No bueno indeed. So Captain Dreamboat says he's cut out the infection. Bye-bye. This is
Bye.
this is really the best thing that could happen to this boat crew at this point.
Loved
Um,
it.
and
I'm sorry.
Adair has it all figured out. Like she summed it up really well. Like he got into it with this person and he has a love triangle with these people and then this person like she's like he's the problem.
Yeah. And she said, and whatever that was with Alicia.
Yeah.
So funny.
So, I mean, she didn't really like him anyway, I don't think, but
No,
this is better for
no.
her. This is better for everyone.
So in Vian's green screen, he's talking about leaving the girl, and then he just starts crying. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, I cannot with you.
He has no connection with this girl. Like these are two people on the date that it made no sense. They were not having a good time. He is
Kind of
delusional.
like,
They
like
have nothing in
two,
common except they work
yeah,
in the same place.
that's it. There you go.
Yeah, that crying. I was just like, can you, whatever. Okay. So
Yeah.
Captain Jason tells the crew that Johnny and Vian are gone. And this day off is going to be so much better now. I mean, I'm sad Johnny
Yeah.
won't get to go, but it's
Yeah.
just going to be so much more relaxing without
Absolutely.
you know who.
Yeah. I'm excited for them.
So Captain Dreamboat calls his Norma, which is called Shelly. Do we think this is a fake name? Like, is he really on the phone with somebody, or is it like Shelly, like the Seychelles?
I didn't even think about that.
I would be curious. I mean, this is what people said they thought Norma wasn't real for a long time, and it turns out she
That's
is.
true.
So, I mean, Shelly, I apologize if you are real, but we need to hear
And
from
he
you.
didn't text with her. He called her.
No, I could also see it was
Everybody
like,
texts.
hello, Shelly, I'm gonna need some more CVs sent over. Okay, bye.
They don't, and you could see like the phone, like it's just a screenshot. Like,
You
yeah.
hear the dial tone. Yeah. Okay, so they're on their way to on their day off in the vans, and Jason goes with them to this tortoise sanctuary. And Zarina tells Jason that the crew should get matching tattoos this season, and she said she's gonna get Jason across her chest. I love that his only question was what font?
And then the response was bold Times New Roman.
Classic. One of the best scenes of Below Deck is when Kate Chastain assigns fonts to everybody on the crew. So I just love that fonts were brought up again.
We might have to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I have it noted. So
Aunts.
they go to the tortoise farm and they get to hold little babies, little like 1-year-old tortoises. I think they
No
get peed
babies.
and pooped on, but they love it. Now it's time to head to the beach. It is gorgeous, like stunning. I can't believe we haven't been to this beach yet, like with the
So pretty.
guests. Um,
Yeah,
Snorkeling and eating Cheetos, like what a perfect day. Like what more could
loved
you
it.
ask for? We really didn't get to see much of the beach day. It was pretty quick, so it must have been them just relaxing and no drama. So, I mean, glad they had a good time.
Think that day was like perfectly timed
Mm-hmm.
because letting Vian go the day of the day off was probably the best thing that could have happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Johnny not being there was kind of a bummer,
Yeah.
but like I love just seeing like Adair and Laura just like lounging in the water. It
Mm-hmm.
was so pretty. And like the overhead, like the drone
Mermaids.
shots and then them just sitting there, it looked almost like they were on a sound stage. Do you know, like it was
Yeah.
so
Unreal.
unbelievably pretty.
Yeah.
My favorite part though was Zarina coming up behind them to join them. And she looked like the kid who coughs at the pool.
Hey, are you staying here? Have you seen my dad?
All you think of because she was just like super smooth, like just
Mm-hmm.
she just showed up. I'm like,
And then
where'd you
she was
come
just kind of
from?
like rolling around in the waves, but trying to look sexy. I mean, it's just like the other charter where the girls were putting on mermaid tails and trying to look cute.
Yes,
It
yes.
doesn't
Oh,
doesn't quite happen the way you think it's going to in your head.
yeah, never does.
Captain Dreamboat interviews the prospective deckhand and I assume the bosun both over the phone, and
Yeah,
everybody heads back to the boat. Okay, the next day. Harry gets to sit in on the preference sheet meeting, which he's very excited about.
very
He's not going to be
exciting.
an interim bosun, but he's going to be there since the bosun isn't there yet. So
Yeah,
this is who's coming. Nikita, a founder and CEO of a PR company based in Dubai, and her coworkers, they're celebrating 4 years of this company. So
it's
that's
exciting.
that's fun.
Hmm.
They want to do a rum tasting and then they want to have a mob wife themed party.
Love this.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so what do you think of when they say mob wife? Do you go the Italian route or do you go the Russian route?
I go the
Because
Italian route. What about you?
okay, because I immediately go to Carmela Soprano, the other
Yep.
wives from The Sopranos, the big
The
hair,
Godfather.
the nails,
Oh, the
the
nails.
furs, the
Goodfellas.
like jewelry. Yeah, that's all I can think of is just the, yeah. I was a big Sopranos watcher. Like
Were
I had
you?
all the DVD box sets. Oh yeah,
Mm.
like it was,
I tried to watch it like a year or so ago and I couldn't really get it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, like
yeah,
with him in therapy. I was like,
yeah.
what?
It's
I should probably
interesting.
try
And then
again.
the best part is going back to watch it now. Like the fashion was the
Hmm.
fashion that we fell in love with was the boys in the khaki pants and the Abercrombie sweaters that were
Yeah.
just like solid with the stripe, and
Yep. American
um
Eagle.
yes, yes. So it's just it's and everybody smokes. Everybody smokes in that show.
Yeah.
It's
I'll have
very
to
hard
keep
to
going
watch.
with that. That might be one that
Yeah.
I watch while I'm editing until I can like really get into it.
Christopher. Yeah, it's so good. So good.
Isn't it?
Anyway.
Oh no, I just heard Ripley chasing the cat. Hopefully all is well. I just heard a scramble down the hallway. Um, isn't The Sopranos that people always say it has like one of the best finales of any show on television?
I think it was one of the most shocking finales.
Okay,
So we
gotcha.
watched it. We were watching it
Don't
at
tell me what
home.
happens though.
I won't tell you what
Okay.
happens. But when it does, when the finale finishes, we were all like, huh?
Okay. So also at the preference sheet meeting, they get to see the CVs of the new guys coming in, and
Mhm.
I think it's Zarina says he's got a chin like Superman. What a compliment.
Ooh, very nice.
Laura cleaned the fish tank finally, so that's exciting. Can actually
Poor
see the
Laura.
fish.
She's like, she has to keep up on everything. She's like the Mrs. Hughes of the Katina. Do you know who
For
Mrs.
sure. sure.
Hughes is?
Yes, I do. Downton Abbey, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Side note, they have a new movie coming out, the last movie in
Yeah.
September.
They keep saying like the last movie really wrapped everything up so nicely though. So
Yeah,
what's
but I know because
there's been two movies, right? Already?
yes,
Okay.
this is gonna be good.
Well, I mean, of course I'm going to see it. I'm a huge Downton Abbey fan.
Absolutely.
When does it come out?
September, I think. That's
Okay.
usually when they release their new movies.
Okay. Well,
So,
that's exciting. I mean,
all
of
right. Sorry
course
about that squirrel moment.
I
To
love
go with
it.
my crazy hair. What
It
is
looks
this
great.
today? Thanks.
Okay, the new guys arrive. We have Nate, who's the bosun from Sydney. He has two older sisters and sounds like he respects women. So like so far so good. We're doing great.
Excellent.
We have Nicolas, who we call Nick, who's a deckhand. He's from Toulouse, France, has 6 months of experience, seems very excited to be there, very eager. He does sound British, right?
Yes.
Little British, a little bit American, and we find out later that his mom is half English, half Chinese. So he said he
So he
has
is truly
her
a
accent.
human of the world.
Yes, he is. He's
Love it.
worldly. And he
Love it.
loves Star Trek, and I love nerds, so this I'm excited for this.
So he mentions Star Trek twice in one green screen. So
And he
if he
does
mentions it
this.
again, and that's a if he mentions it again, we're gonna start a counter.
Absolutely. I really hope there's more Trek references. Hilarious.
Now that's the one with the guy with the ears, right?
Yes, Spock.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
That's okay. We're now at my extent of my knowledge. He said Starship Enterprise. I think that's the spaceship thing. Oh my gosh. We probably have some listeners that are huge Star Trek Trekkies, huge Trekkies. By the way, that was one of the suggestions we had thrown out when we were like, what do we call our listeners? We said maybe we call them Deckies, like
Oh yeah, that's
Trekkies.
right.
So I
That's
don't know.
cute.
I don't know if
Okay.
it'll catch on. Well, you guys let us know. Alicia is very distracted with the texting of with Johnny in this episode. I mean, I guess I understand, but
Yeah, but I'm wondering though if she's texting him
mm-hmm,
or if he's texting her, like who's initiating the
mm-mm.
conversation, or if she's just like, hey, 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 like,
Yeah, I am kind of curious.
yeah. And if
But
I were Zarina, I'd be like, you need to put your phone down and you need to get stuff done.
yeah, you
Like,
should not even really like leave it in your cabin. You don't need to have it, in the
absolutely. Yeah.
galley.
Yeah.
The guests arrive. Nick is loving the eye candy.
The ladies are beautiful. I do not
Hmm.
blame him. They're
Yeah,
very
they're
stunning.
really pretty. The first undocking goes well with this new improved deck team, and
Yeah.
Jason is very pleased. And
Yeah.
right off the bat, Nate makes a schedule. Bada boom, bada bing.
That's
Imagine
right. Look at that. All this Sopranos talk. This is great. All right.
that. Water sports time.
They had the perfect day for this.
Yeah,
The
I think
water was
it
beautiful.
was. I think they had a good time. Jason
Yeah.
has a conversation with Laura about letting Marina do some service. So
Mm.
we'll see what she does. It doesn't sound like Laura was too keen on making that change.
How do you feel about this?
I mean, I've said it before. I think she should let her do some service, like switch
Yeah.
out, a charter. I mean,
Yeah.
at least a little bit. And I mean, this is the captain saying this, so don't you really have to do what he says?
Yeah. I think that's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I
Hmm.
think that's going to shake up the dynamic of things too.
Yeah.
Did you catch Captain Dreamboat asking Laura, what's the goss? I was like, look at
No.
him all up on his lingo, knows what the kids are talking about these days.
That's cute. By the way, have you tried digestives yet?
Haven't. To be fair, I like went to the grocery. I hate going to the grocery store. So I went in with like blinders on to get what
Yeah,
I needed and I got out. So I'm put it on
I
my list
gotcha.
and
I bought some
um
because we were talking about them and I've been eating like two or three a day. They're so good.
do they help you go to the bathroom?
Oh, I never thought about the name of them and are they high in fiber? I haven't noticed a difference, but they're delicious.
Sorry, that just like came out of nowhere.
Yeah, why are they called digestives? Hey
Sorry.
Siri,
We really have
why
got
are
to stop
digestives called
recording.
digestives?
We've really got to stop recording this late at night. And for the record, it's 8:30 p.m. Cheers.
Introduced due to the use of sodium bicarbonate as an ingredient.
Oh,
This is from Wikipedia.
okay, so they were believed to have antacid properties when they were first introduced due
Oh,
to
so
the use
like
of
like
sodium
Tums.
bicarbonate as an ingredient. Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tums. So
Well,
maybe it calms your tummy. But I don't know how M&Ms would make your tummy calm.
they do?
Well, I mean, he eats peanut
Oh,
M&Ms when he doesn't get his
I
digestive.
think those are unrelated. He just likes
Okay,
snacks. He's
focus,
like us.
Kelly,
Okay, back to
focus.
this. I'm loving the comedic relief that Nick is bringing. He's
Yes.
getting his shirt caught on his head because it's buttoned. He's talking to himself like Fraser does. He's getting wrapped up in a hose on deck. And then the pinnacle was when the doors are slowly closing and he's holding those four chairs.
He's like, oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna be fun. I hope though his greenness, is that a thing? His green
Yeah.
is gonna be it's not gonna come out too quickly.
It's not easy being green.
No.
Okay, the mob wife dinner. Sheffy and Laura are disagreeing about what plates to use. And I was thinking about this. Don't Usually, doesn't the chief stew come out and say, like, what plates do you want me to bring, like, for, what you're planning? Doesn't the chef usually kind of dictate what plates or bowls or whatever?
I would think so. I feel like as I'm thinking back to other ones, like, you hear him say, so what kind of plates are we looking at tonight? And then
Yeah.
they pull them
What do we
out.
need? Yeah, what do we need for
Yeah.
service?
Yeah, that's
So,
interesting. I don't know if
yeah.
they're down there because that's where the dishwasher is.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe.
know, but
It's interesting. That
I
is a
get
good
that
point.
Laura wanted the white, but I really think either one would have looked fine. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
It's a,
know.
yeah.
The guests seem happy, and now they want to play beer pong, and Nick
Yes.
plays with them,
Mm-hmm.
and they want him to take a shot. Now, previously, Captain Dreamboat said no drinking. Like, you can play with them and have fun with the guests, but like, no drinking. And he ends up doing a double tequila shot, and Bree kind of pulls him aside and says, like, you can't drink on charter, which he should know. And he says that he's going to tell Captain tomorrow.
Why was he surprised when he said Captain runs a dry boat? Like, aren't
Right.
most, wouldn't you want to be sober on things like while you're working? I don't know. Personally,
Yeah.
if I had drinks while I was working, I would be I would either be asleep or I would be so loud
Mm-hmm.
that people would be like, Kelly. Like I could never hide it. Never,
Yeah. Oh gosh.
ever.
Yeah, that's
So
awkward.
there was a little drama while taking out the salty fish, right?
Yeah, the
So
red snapper.
chef chef asked Nate to take the fish up for her. And
Mm-hmm.
then Captain's like, "Where are you going?" He says, "Oh, I'm taking this upstairs." "No, I got it. I'll take it." So he takes it up. Laura
Mm-hmm.
catches him and Chef, it says, "No, no, no, you can't put that out yet because they have full plates. I can't,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't have time to do like a full reset and everything."
Right.
And Chef replies, "Well, it will take some time." Kind of snarky,
Yeah.
like a little snippy.
Mm-hmm.
And then under her breath, as she's walking away, she says, "Jeebus." She says the real thing, but since it's
Yeah.
a holiday week, we'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Laura says something to the effect, something about her attitude under her breath as
Yeah.
she's walking down the stairs. And Captain Jason is in the middle of all of this.
So he hears and like sees the whole thing.
He witnesses how they're interacting.
Yeah.
So that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Um,
Things are about
yeah,
to change for the worse, I fear.
yeah. Yeah. And then so they're first it was the plates, then it was the fish coming out. Well, first
Mm-hmm.
it was having the fish at all because it's messy, and then the
Right.
plates and the fish coming out. And then when Laura goes to bed, she sees that Zarina's already asleep and she's like, "Thank God." Look, this is so messy. It's so messy. I'm
Yeah.
just
But they're glad they're rooming together.
yeah, that's right. Today they are.
At the end of the episode, we get a mid-season trailer. We've been waiting for this. So,
Yes.
Captain Dreamboat and Budgie Smugglers, we have that to look
Yeah,
forward
buddy.
to. People falling down. Looks like there's a circus-themed party. Licia and Nate are gonna perhaps get cozy. Harry tells Bree that he doesn't want to put a label on things.
I have a question about that,
Yeah.
but you could continue.
Okay. Possibly another firing, more drama between Sheffy and Laura, and a hot tub overflowing, a beach tender. It looked really good.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if Harry and Bree if that was taken out of context.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
Because Bree has been traveling
Mm-hmm.
and spending quite a bit of time in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping.
Remember last year, didn't we see that Harry had a girl on his travels, but we didn't know who it was, and we were like, ooh, who could it be? So it could have been her. So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, another
Let me
love
keep my fingers
connection.
crossed. Love.
They're so
They can
tall,
make
the
baby
little baby
giraffes.
giraffes. Yeah. I'm just kind of thinking that Down Under is kind of becoming my favorite out of the franchise. It might have to do
Sarah
with the elaborate gifts that we got last week from Bravo, but
and Captain Dreamboat.
and
Yeah.
Captain Dreamboat. But I
We've
always
gotten
say Sailing
something.
Yacht is my favorite, but this is
No,
this is good.
look, they have great crew. And we've been with Captain Dreamboat from the beginning.
Day one.
Day one
Since
on
day
Peacock.
one. That's right. On Peacock, back when it wasn't even on Bravo.
That's right.
Well, let's
And
take, oh, go ahead.
I agree with you.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, let's take a break and we'll come back with Yachties, Where Are They Now? And Hot Tub Convo. We are supported by Waterlust. Waterlust is an apparel company that visually represents conservation efforts. With unique prints inspired by marine species, 10% of their profits go towards marine research and education. Made with the environment in mind from soft, quick dry fabric, their clothes are chlorine, saltwater, and sunscreen resistant with UPF 50 plus sun protection.
In addition to sun shirts, leggings, and board shorts, Waterlust also just came out with a swimwear collection. Suits, the suits feature reversible designs and are built with their signature activewear fabrics. I'm trying to decide if I want the whale shark or the spotted eagle ray one piece. Why is it such a tongue
I
twister?
think you should get the mantis shrimp one. It's very colorful. Or
Okay.
parrotfish. We'll see.
Ooh, parrotfish would be fun.
Yeah, it is. That's the most colorful one. To support marine conservation in this podcast, go to waterlust.com/above-deck. That's water, waterlust.com/above-deck.
Staunch. Staunch. Sorry.
Staunch.
It's time for our segment Yachties. Where are they now? Our guest today is Tom Pearson, the deckhand from Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 3.
Here's your refresher on Tom. A young lad from the Lake District in England, Tom was the very green deckhand who roomed with Captain Glenn, who was overserved on the first night of the charter season. And then he was fired mid-season for letting the anchor drag during anchor watch. All that said, we loved him on the show. He's adorable, and we can't wait to see what he's been up to since that season of Sailing Yacht.
Please enjoy our chat with Tom Pearson.
Okay, he's in. You ready? I will admit
Yes.
him. He's so cute. I can't wait.
Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm not
How
good
are
with
you?
technology. I'm terrible with technology.
No, you're doing great.
No, yeah, I think I've made it. I've made it
You've made
successfully.
it. We can see you. We can hear you. All
My
Perfect.
good.
microphone. Can you hear me okay? Because I've never used this before.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds great.
We can. Where are you coming to us from?
I'm in the French Riviera, Cannes.
Mm,
The
lovely.
lights are not very good in here as well. Pretty
That's okay. We can see you all right.
amazing.
Um, so this is our segment called Where Are They Now? Yachties, Where Are They Now? And you are the second yachty we are talking to. You were high on my list, so I was glad that you just happened to DM me last week and
Yeah, it was a good
you were like,
coincidence.
"Hey, I have a proposal for you." I was like, "I have a proposal for you."
Pretty. Yeah, we
So,
arrived at the same thing anyway.
yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Absolutely.
Mm.
So, tell us briefly what you have been up to. How many years has it been? 5?
Oh God. Yeah, it must be 5, right? 4, 5.
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
5 years since filming, maybe 4 years since we actually released. I'm not sure, to be
okay.
honest with you. Time has just poof gone.
Right. Well, tell us in general what you've been up to since then.
Um, So yeah, so I mean, initially after leaving the show, there was that sort of thing, do I want to stay in yachting now? Is this what I want to do? How embarrassing is this going to be? Can I keep doing this? Do you just put it to the back of your mind, move on, do something else? Um, I chose not to do that. I kept going straight away. I went and got a job literally immediately. After we filmed, I stayed on the boats and sort of I felt like I had to. It's like do everyone makes mistakes, right? Everyone in this
Right.
chat, everyone
Hmm.
on this, what everyone that's going to watch this, every single person is capable of making mistakes and will make mistakes. There's the bad thing about TV is you get to see mine live on screen, and I
Yeah.
know absolutely nothing about you people at home, so it's easy to quickly judge people. But ultimately we're going to make mistakes, but you got to get back on the horse and you just got to keep going. Um, so that's what I did, and just over the years, built up qualifications, and now I'm the first officer on a private yacht in the Med. We're based here in the Med. I
Nice.
have been over to the Atlantic crossing and done a little bit of the Bahamas and stuff, but
Hmm.
primarily I'm here in the Med. Planning on taking some time out after this year again. Going to do more courses again. We're
Hmm.
just gonna keep going up. The plan is not to stop. It's literally to go as far as this can go.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
How long have you been on the boat that you're working on now?
Um, this is actually the first yacht that I ever worked on.
Oh.
And I came back with the promotion of the first officer. That was that's why I came back here. And I know the
Hmm.
family. They're really nice people, and yeah, they're really good to us. So
Hmm.
uh, it's really nice to be here in a familiar place, and yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing we're doing we're doing really well. There was I'm actually quite glad that we're doing this because there is a little bit of well, is he still yachting? Like, I don't know, is he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What am I doing? And I mean, I'm not saying that everyone's sat at home thinking what's Tom Pearson doing because I
We
obviously
did.
We
okay.
have.
Well,
So
now you know. So yeah, no, I didn't quit. I kept going. I just
Hmm.
had to, the only lessons that are worth you know learning are the ones that suck. So we just got to get on with it, and uh,
Yeah.
and that's
Um,
where we're at.
well, we definitely don't want you to only be remembered for that last night where the anchor dragged.
Oh yeah,
Um,
get flashback.
I always felt like you needed a redemption season to
Mm,
like come back, be like, I have all this experience now. I know what I'm doing. You were green that first season. You'd never been on a sailing yacht. Um,
never.
yeah. So would you come back if they asked you?
I mean, it's not like we haven't spoke about it. Um, we've had a few conversations back and forward, but there's never been anything sort of like concrete. But
Hmm.
that's not to say that uh, I wouldn't do it. I've got a lot of respect for the people that work on the show, and I'd like to think that we've actually got a good relationship. Like I keep in touch with quite a lot of them.
Hmm.
Um, just sort of what you doing, how are you, how's the family, sort of thing, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they've got my number. They can call me, right? They know where I am.
Yeah. If you came back, you think you would probably come back as a deckhand, or would you be hoping to be like lead deckhand first officer?
Um, that's a good question. Depends on the size of the boat and the situation, really. Maybe
Hmm.
maybe I've earned my stripes elsewhere, but maybe I'll have to earn them again through the below deck
Gotcha.
chain. But I wouldn't mind, to be honest with you. I'm just you just take every opportunity as they come, and if they reached out to me to do it again, I mean, you know, that would be it would be fun. I mean, I've changed a lot in terms of sort of my goals and professionalism, but
Hmm.
I'm still me. I'm still doing daft, silly things. I get excited when I have a few drinks. It all goes Pete Tong, and you know,
Yeah.
um, that side of me hasn't changed. I mean, I'm sure my mum wishes that side of me has changed, but no. Still same old me, but just a few tweaks here and there.
Yeah. What's going on in your personal life? Are you dating anybody?
Yes, I am. From back home actually, and she's now working out here on yachts. Really
Mm,
enjoying it. So that's nice. Uh,
yeah,
Makes it easier out here anyway. Uh,
that's
these
nice.
these long winters in the Med can get a bit lonely, a bit boring. So,
Gotcha.
mm,
So, you're from the Lake District in England.
yes, that is
Um,
correct.
why should we visit the Lake District? I mean, your Instagram looks beautiful whenever you post pictures of like hikes or you're with your dog.
Mm,
It just looks so
yeah,
lovely. What are like the top things to do there?
I mean, I post it when the weather's okay, but I mean, literally 99% of the time it's completely just rains, doesn't stop. But it's absolutely beautiful. The Lake District is gorgeous. Anyone who's going to the UK, you know, don't go to the cities, go to the Lake District. It's
Hmm.
gorgeous. You're not going to regret it. Yeah, it's just full of wildlife, full of mountains,
Hmm.
forests, lakes. It's heaven. It's beautiful. That's where you
So
should be going.
you think summer would be the best bet though
Oh
for
yeah, no, don't go in winter. Oh my God, no, Christ, you'd never want to go again.
okay.
If you're going back to America, no, it wouldn't be a good time for you. I don't
Okay.
think you'd enjoy it. Where are you guys from?
We live in the States. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, so East Coast.
Okay, so
And
it
I'm in
sounds
Columbus,
warm.
Ohio.
They
So
Yeah,
both
she's
sound like
warm.
warm places.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
So
warm.
no.
I'm not.
Yeah, she's
Oh
So,
not.
really?
I mean, it gets hot. Kelly gets all the seasons. It's like very cold,
Oh,
beautiful
and
okay.
fall.
sometimes in one day get all
Yeah,
the seasons.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but
yeah, it was
still hot and
raining
humid in the
earlier
summer.
and it's snowing right now. So,
Are
It's
you
snowing right
serious?
now.
yeah.
It's
Oh
April
wow.
6th.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
sunburned. I'm sunburned
I,
all under here. That's why I'm wearing a jumper. I am completely sunburned, my whole body, and it's snowing where you are.
yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, occasionally
Oh,
I'm from Ohio too. Occasionally we do
yeah.
get snow like around Easter time.
Oh
Yeah,
my God. Yeah, no,
sucks. But
I have known it to snow in the Lake District like in like late May when you think that we're gonna get some summer and it just oh it's gone
yeah.
out the
Wow.
window. Hmm.
How far is the
I'm at,
Lake District from where? Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. What were you gonna say?
no. Go ahead. All good.
How far is the Lake District from like where they film All Creatures Great and Small, like the Dales? Do you know like
Oh,
where are
the
the Dales?
Dales, yeah, the Yorkshire Dales.
The Yorkshire Dales. Okay.
I'm actually amazed that you know what the Yorkshire Dales are. The Yorkshire Dales is not far at all. Probably like half an hour, sort of away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it depends. Yorkshire's like massive. Like it's
okay.
not, it's well, not massive, but England's quite small, but it's a big area. How do you know about that? You know
Yeah, well,
about
I
the
watched the
Yorkshire
show All
Dales?
Creatures Great and Small. It was on in the
Okay.
70s and they've done a remake of it. They're like in
Yeah,
the fifth or
I must
sixth
have missed
season.
it. The 70s, I wasn't there.
Well, we weren't either, I think.
We
No.
we missed it too.
Yeah.
You're fine.
But they're doing a remake now and it's like in the fifth or sixth season.
Mhm.
And when you came on Sailing Yacht, I'm like, he sounds like everybody does on All Creatures. So I was
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
I
really?
wonder
Okay.
if that's
Right.
near
I
there.
actually, the one thing that, I love filming, it's like you either sort of get it or you don't, and you
Uh-huh.
really enjoy the experience. I probably enjoyed it a little bit too much, um, but I mean, the one thing I couldn't stand was hearing your voice back.
Really?
Oh, oh God, no,
Oh, I love your accent.
no, I hate it. You listen to yourself and you're like, please tell me that I don't sound like that.
Yeah, that's a very common thing,
Yeah.
Mm,
unfortunately.
yes.
We just had to
Uh,
get over that as podcasters. We're just like, this is us.
Yeah,
This
you should be
is what
used
it
to it
is.
now. Yeah, yeah. And you guys enjoying the podcast? How's everything going?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going
good.
great.
Are we in our
Yeah.
third year?
Third
Wow.
year.
We started with your season of Sailing Out. That was the
Oh,
first
really?
season that we
Oh, I'm
covered.
so sorry. I did that to you.
It was great. I
I'm
loved it. I
Yeah,
sorry.
it
think
was good.
our very first
Yeah.
episode was called something with your name in it.
Tomfoolery.
So,
Yeah.
well, that would be an obvious choice. It probably wasn't that clever.
I know.
Um,
That was
So
actually, you know, I didn't mind the first episode. I thought it was gold.
it was gold. I
And
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it back, sort of like this, but yeah, I didn't really. It was kind of difficult to watch towards the end of the filming.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it was ultimately when I look back at the whole experience, I really think, fondly of it. I take the positives from it really, and you know,
You
forgive and
should.
move on. Yeah,
You
yeah.
should.
No, it was
I
really,
think
really good.
people often ask us what's the best season of Below Deck in general, and I always say season 3 and season 4 of Sailing Yacht.
Yep.
And you were a big part of that. I mean, it
Yes.
was a great, great season. So
It was there was a lot, right?
there was a lot
There's a
happening.
lot. It was very hectic, but yeah, I just got to look at it positively, take the good parts out of it. Unfortunately, like I said before, I was the person who had to learn the harsh lesson from that one.
Hmm.
Um, but you gotta, like I say, you just gotta get back on that horse and keep going.
Yeah. Well, is there anything we want to keep this kind of short and respect your time, but
Yeah, yeah.
is there anything that you feel like was misunderstood about your time there or that you want people to know?
Um, things that I want people to know. Not really. There's nothing that I really want people to know. Mainly, just I kept going and I didn't quit. Uh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so it's the one message that everyone should get from, I don't know, maybe that or whatever they're going through is it's gonna suck. Like you just gotta, you just gotta keep going and not quit because everyone's going to make these mistakes.
Hmm.
Some mistakes are, harder to get over than others, but ultimately, you know, you just got to face the music and you just got to keep pushing.
Hmm.
Because, whatever you're going through in that moment, there's better things coming um, and that's all we can do is just learn and move on. Like I said before, everyone makes a mistake. Just because maybe their mistake's not broadcasted on national television
Right.
doesn't mean that they don't make them and they're not there.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that was a hard pill to swallow. When I left on the small on the tender out of there,
Hmm.
it everything was just sort of flashing, thinking, "Oh my God, how is this going to go down?" But yeah, ultimately, years down the line, I'm happy and I'm happy in my job, and we're just going to
Okay.
keep going. Sky's the limit. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I still keep in contact with loads of people from the show.
Hmm.
Captain Glenn, especially, he's a really, really good guy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Whenever it's weird, whenever if I message him, he will literally boom, he get back to you straight away. He's got all the time in the world for everyone. He's a really good
Hmm.
guy.
Yeah.
And I'd love to spend some more time with them people, whether it's work or social. Again,
Hmm.
just that would be amazing. Um, but yeah, it's
Well,
there's
maybe
nothing.
your paths will cross in the med.
Yeah, well, I see Parsifal all the time,
Really?
What do you really?
all the time. Like they seem to be everywhere I go,
Wow, that's so
and
funny.
yeah, I can honestly, I can see them from like 5 miles away. I know it's them.
Yeah,
I don't need to see the AIS. It's weird. I see them sails, and I know straight away it's them.
Wow.
that's
Yeah, which
cool.
is
That's
actually
so fun.
no. It is actually really weird. I just get this sort of. It's like a feeling almost. I'm like, that's possible over there. And it's like, well, you can't tell. We're too far away. And I'm like, no, it is. I know it's them.
Wow, I love that.
Um, but yeah, no, nothing I want everyone to know really. Just that we're
You're
still going.
still
We're
going.
happy. Um,
Well,
and
we're
yeah,
just putting it out there that we would love to see you back for a redemption season, whether it's a full season or you come in to fill in for someone.
yeah.
I would really love that. So, just
I
putting it
mean,
out into the universe.
That's right.
yeah, we'll manifest, should we? I mean,
Yes.
Yes.
everyone wants redemption, right? I feel like I've already had mine here, in my own, in the real world, uh,
Hmm.
out here. I feel like I've already done that, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Yeah.
But you know, everyone would also, I'm sure, with similar experiences to mine from the show, everyone would want a little bit of redemption, wouldn't they? That would be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
definitely.
plus, we'd make some killer TV. Like that's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
just a given, isn't it? I mean, that's where the real characters are. They're in reality TV. It's where we all are. You know, like real normal working people. You know,
Absolutely.
put a camera in front of us and a couple of vodka Red Bulls, and it just goes off.
Nice. Well,
It's
Tom,
amazing.
this has been so fun to catch up. Please stay
Yes.
in touch and keep posting pictures and videos and
Mm.
of all the beautiful places that you get to go.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate that, and nice to speak to you both. Um, yeah, I mean, for anyone watching, if they see my social media and they think, oh, why is he private? Why can we not see? I'll just say quickly, it's just for now. I just want to keep my life private, but
Gotcha.
for everyone who's already in there, I mean, you can see what I'm up to. But yeah,
Okay.
just for now, I just thought it would be nice to just sort of disconnect a little bit.
I hear
Uh,
you. Well, if you ever want something shared more publicly, send it to us or tag us and we'll put it out for
Be
you.
out.
Absolutely. Well, I'll come back. I'll come back more
There you
public,
go.
but for now, we're just head down, courses, working.
Sounds good. We'll keep up the good work
Awesome.
and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye, Tom. Take care.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
It's
Okay.
time for Hot Tub Convo, where we discuss what's happening with our favorite Below Deck cast members.
Well, Sarah, you already made mention of this, but we got Bravo care packages last week.
This was awesome.
Like I could not get over every time I lifted something else, there was more and more and more stuff. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm so excited about the bag, the bathrobe. I
Yes.
love what was your favorite thing in the package?
I love the passport holder. I'm gonna
Mm,
say because I'm gonna get to use it this summer. So
yes,
I'm
you
very
are.
excited.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. The robe was fantastic. And it looked like an oyster shell. Do you think it kind of looked like an oyster shell that
Yeah, I
held the
think it's meant to be
champagne?
an oyster shell and it holds champagne. And I was trying to figure out, you were like, you put ice in here. I bet you put ice in there and then you put like oysters on the half shell. Like, that's what I think it
Art.
is.
That's
So,
fancy.
yeah.
Okay, I
Captain
don't like
Kathleen,
oysters, but
yeah, I don't either. I might have to give it to Captain Kathleen because she like shucks oysters professionally for
what?
that. So,
Oh,
maybe although maybe she doesn't want to shuck oysters at home. I'll ask her.
the gummies that we got too were
Mm,
delicious.
yeah.
The Swedish fish from Sweden, the Bonbon, I think was the brand.
Yeah, the
So
chocolates
good.
were really good.
I've not tried the chocolates yet. Oh, and a
Ooh.
candle. The candle.
Oh yeah, the candle.
The
Yeah,
scent
somebody
of the
has already asked me
Seychelles.
if they could have the candle. I'm like, no. Smells like the Seychelles. But how sweet. I mean, we need to write a
Oh,
thank you.
so spoiled. Thank you so, so much.
Yeah, so nice. And it was fun seeing everybody else, like Roy and Osa Orbison open their packages, Ryan
Yeah,
Bailey. Just
it was just
it
neat.
was so much fun. That was just such a
Yeah,
highlight.
yeah, so cool.
Laura and Z were on Watch What Happens Live last week. I wonder if this means that Z will be on the next season of Med. It's kind of
Mm,
curious because it's not like I think sometimes they will, like if a guest cancels or something, they might just grab somebody that lives in New York, but Z doesn't live in New York. So,
mm-mm.
this is
Interesting.
interesting. Z said he's still single and looking. So,
Aw,
ladies, he's so sweet. I just love him.
yeah.
He's also very funny drunk, like very funny drunk. He gets like the glazed eyes and he's just silly.
He gets
Uh,
giggly too.
yeah,
Like
very
we would do very
giggly.
well together,
He was
all
at
three of us.
BravoCon, right? One year,
Yes, the
maybe the
first year.
first year. Yeah, I
He was
remember
with Courtney.
yes, when Kyle came out on stage and was like, I don't know what he was being real silly. And Z had the giggles like so bad. I thought that was so funny. I think he's hilarious.
The best.
Okay, someone asked Laura who was a better chef, Jono, she works with Jono, or
Mm.
Zarina. She said Jono. Okay. On the after show, a viewer asked Z his thoughts on what Vian said about South Africans being like very sensual and touchy-feely. He's like, this is just how we are. Z said, no, like that's not a thing. That's not like a South African thing. That's not normal.
No.
That's just him.
He's like, don't put that on us.
Yeah.
That is a you thing. That's
Yeah.
not an us thing.
Right.
Bravo announced that there will be a Housewives crossover on season 4 of Below Deck Down Under. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City will take a cast trip on the yacht with Captain Jason, Daisy, and Chef Ben. Daisy said to leave her alone for the next 6 weeks. I can't believe this is happening. What does that mean for the current cast of Down Under? And why am I still having troubles believing that this is really happening?
I know it came like a week after April Fool's Day, so we were like, is this real? But now it's been picked up by like Bravo Daily Dish and it's
So it's
out
real.
there. It's real. It's happening.
And for
Now, why do you think that they posted that photo and like put it out there immediately? Because usually this would be a big surprise and we would like get to see next
yeah,
season.
something must be going on where they're like, look over here, and they're doing,
Oh, that's a good thought. That's interesting. I thought maybe it's so big that they didn't think that they could hide it and they didn't want it to leak.
oh,
So and
okay, that's
and
probably more real. I am a conspiracy theorist, so
yeah. Um,
oh,
that's what I'm thinking. They're like
okay,
with this group of women and all these yachties, like they're not going to be able to hide. Like somebody's going to see them filming. They just didn't want it to get out. And
that's true.
also it drives a lot of excitement for the next season. So,
Yes. Well, and maybe we'll get it sooner.
yeah, wouldn't that
I'm
be?
surprised that Daisy's on a yacht and not a
I
sailing yacht.
know. I know.
See, that's
I
where I'm
mean,
like, it doesn't
I
make
know
sense
they
to
have
me.
people from down under. I mean, Ben's been on OG and Med, Daisy's sailing yacht. I mean, this is kind of what we've always been wanting, like
Yeah,
create your dream crew. Like, how cool is this? I can't wait to find out who the other people are that are on the boat.
that's exciting.
At first, I thought, oh, this is probably just like a one-time thing. But then
Yeah,
people have pointed out, Daisy said, don't leave
yeah,
me alone for the next 6 weeks. That's how long they film for. So sounds like it's
yeah.
a full season. Holy moly.
Interesting. So cool.
Captain Carey and Fraser were on the Today Show last week, and they announced the next season of Below Deck OG. They
Yeah.
were on a cruise ship. This will be the 12th season. Fraser
Wow.
said that this is his favorite crew he's ever worked with. So that's
Okay.
exciting. Everyone gets
Yeah.
supposedly is going to get along really well. And Captain Carey said this is the craziest season yet. I think he says that every time, but craziest season yet. Um, very challenging guests, and the new
Oh
season
dear.
will start in June. So this will be
Okay.
our next thing that we're watching.
And so this is 11, 12. Yeah. I mean, well,
Yeah, it'll be
no
here
rest
before
for
we
the
know it.
wicked.
That's right. If we're lucky, we'll get a week off, but probably not.
Probably not. That's okay.
It's time for our segment, Join Me in the Wheelhouse, where we decide who needs to see Captain Dreamboat for a stern talking to. Kelly, who are you going to call to the wheelhouse and why?
Okay. For the final time, Vian,
Mhm.
get your booty up here. And Nick for drinking on the job.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Terrible. How do you not know? Like,
I mean,
didn't it kind of
he
seem
was just
like
so excited.
he was gonna try and blame Bree? Like, well, like, didn't you know that was shot was coming to me, so you should have just done juice or,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's
Just
what he
some
was trying to
water.
say. And she's like, a guest ordered a tequila shot. I'm gonna give her a tequila shot. Like,
Yeah.
why would I think it was for you,
Yeah. He's a tool.
Yeah,
But
don't.
hopefully it was just the first time, got in a little too excited because I felt like he was on vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just like looking around like wide-eyed, like he can't believe he's there. So I'm excited to see what happens with him, and I hope he doesn't get canned like in the next episode, but he might.
That would be horrible. But worse things.
That's it for this week's episode of Above Deck. Thank you to our team at Hurrdat. Thank you to our producer Joss, and thanks to all of you for listening. Please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to tell a friend, and please rate and review us. 5 stars only.
Please follow us on Instagram at abovedeckpod, and you can email us at abovedeckpod@gmail.com. And you can watch our episodes on the Hurrdat Entertainment YouTube channel. Remember, there's only 213 days until BravoCon. Yes. Until next time, I'm Kelli Busby.
And I'm Sarah Goldman. We'll see you next week.